How's it going, guys? Sports by Dustin here, bringing you guys another Prize Picks video, giving you guys the top plays for today, Monday, May 20th. Before we get into the video, though, if you guys are not subscribed to the channel already, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button while you're at it. I would appreciate it. Sorry, I have been gone for like a week. I had another child, my second one, so I'm super excited to bring some more life into this world. It's one of the biggest blessings on Earth, so if you haven't experienced it yet, I'm excited for you in the future if that's what you choose to do. But let's go ahead and start placing some plays here on Prize Picks. We're going to be using Daily Grind Fantasy to find the best value on Prize Picks or any of these other DFS apps if you would like to use it for that, based off sportsbooks and what their lines and odds are set at in order for us to find this value. So let's go ahead and start straight from the top. Jose Ramirez over 7.5 hitter fantasy score. So we can start there and add in Jose Ramirez over 7.5 fantasy score. But how are we getting this, right? So obviously these sports books don't have hitter fantasy score markets available, right, for you to bet on. So we can go ahead. Daily Grind Fantasy, what it does is it takes the player props that make up hitter fantasy score on Prize Picks, finds them on the sports books, and if that sports books has every single available stat that makes up hitter fantasy score, we're able to then calculate a would-be fantasy score for that play. Looks like Jose Ramirez is at 7.5 on Prize Picks, but average of what these two sports books, DraftKings and BetMGM, would have this set to is about 9. So off by about 1.5 fantasy score. So we'll go ahead and take that on Prize Picks. Now, totally up to you on this one. Caitlyn Clark, we only have one book right now with a line, right? So if you trust Bovada over Prize Picks, feel free. Go ahead and play this. Right now, Bovada has this set to 31.5 PRA for Caitlyn Clark. Prize Picks setting this at 30.5. Now, I'm not saying it's not possible for DraftKings or FanDuel or Pinnacle to come in and set this at 30.5 along with Prize Picks, but as it stands, these sports books and their models are a little bit more, are a little bit better than Prize Picks. So I'm going to go ahead and trust Bovada is going to be correct here, and then lock in this value at 30.5. Because if they come in all at 31.5, this is going to bump up to 31.5, and then we're going to get some good value at 30.5. But it's a possibility it could happen the other way. Just kind of up to you and what your preference is. If you trust one book, if you don't trust that book, then all you have to do is here on the optimizer is just change the minimum data points, right? So you can just change this to whatever number you would like for data points, right? You can do that. But for the sake of this, we're going to go ahead and take Caitlyn Clark. Floam over 11.5 headshots, right? Maps 1 and 2 headshots. Now, we only have one book here. This is Hot Streak, right? They have they set their lines independently as well. They have this set to 12.5, so one higher than Prize Picks, but they also take into consideration money coming in. So they adjust their odds, unlike Prize Picks. That's a set payout platform. So they have this minus 168 to go over 12.5. So we get this at minus 119 at 11.5. So we'll go ahead and take Floam after we take Caitlyn Clark. And let's go ahead and lock in Floam. Over 11.5 headshots. Now, if you guys don't have Daily Grind Fantasy, linked in the description of this video, you guys can get access to everything, all the tools here at Daily Grind Fantasy, and lock it in. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and hit the refresh button to make sure we're not missing anything. Now, I do see Jose Barrios under 32.5 fantasy score. These are set to 30, 30, and 30. So 3 DFS apps setting, three sports books giving this a projection based off the even lines of those statistics that make up pitcher fantasy score on Prize Picks. They would have this right around 30 fantasy score. So off by about 2.5, which is huge. So let's go ahead and get in Barrios. So we have a pretty good basis to start our slip here. Now, I want to see if there is some positive correlation we can find, because I know there has been some throughout the morning. Looks like what I was looking at before I started this video has then moved, but we can keep moving on from there. So if we wanted to go ahead and finish off with 2 plays that are not esports, if that's what you would like to do, that have a few more data points, we can go ahead and go with Andrew Nemhard over 2.5 rebounds. That is actually going to be playing tomorrow. Nemhard over 2.5 rebounds. And then we can get Matt Olson over 6 fantasy score. So Olson over 6 fantasy score. So that's going to be a 6 flex slip. So this is going to be the top 6 plays for today's slate minus Nemhard. Nemhard is going to be on Tuesday, but hopefully we cash in on Monday and then we move to Tuesday and we're sweating Nemhard for 25x. Guys, it makes it really simple to compare sportsbooks lines and odds directly back to PrizePicks using Daily Grind Fantasy. They also have the AI slip generator that will literally do this for you. It tosses the best possible value into slips for you to click, reveal the slip, and tail. So if that's something you guys are interested in, you guys get access to that as well. But remember, if you guys haven't liked this video, like it already. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And we'll see you in the next one. Let's cash.